am going to come to you from Luke chapter 4, verse 2, but I'm only going to deal with part A. It says, being 40 days tempted of the devil. We're talking about Jesus when he was in the wilderness for the 40 days, and he was fasting and he was praying. The devil came and he tempted him. Tempted means to entice or provoke a person to do something knowingly wrong by promise or pleasure, by promise of pleasure or gain that will not be conducive or beneficial to them in the end. But in that moment, it looks like it's the right answer, but it's not. And as I was looking up tempt, I found out that tempted means also tried and tested. Tried means to be subjected to different levels of trials and or different levels of distress or discomfort to see if you will be found to be good, faithful, trustworthy, or able to endure by way of experience.
All right.
And then I said, well, what is a test then? And then I said, okay, let me put it together, because I looked at the word test, and it was so many definitions for this one word, so I made my own definition. A test is a procedure used to measure and establish the quality of, the characterization of, the performance of, the reliability of, the endurance of, the knowledge and the skill of a person or a thing before using it on a grand or a large scale.
All right.
And my topic is trusting God when your faith is being tested. The word trust means to have a high guarantee and the ability, the strength, the trustfulness of, to believe in, to depend on, to cling to rely on, to have a strong confidence, hope and faith in a person or a thing. We always look to trust. But right here we say the devil tested Jesus 3 different times. The devil tested Jesus to bow down to him so that he could become the ruler of the world. The devil tested Jesus 3 different times. But we are always in a test. We don't know what the test is, but you know that you're in a test when you are in the test. You don't know it's a test until you're somewhere in the middle. And you're like, oh, I've been tested. Or you failed that test. You then know you were in a test because it comes back around to you. And you have to trust that in the test, if you do fail it, it's okay. As long as you don't die, it is okay. Because you'll be tested again. But you have to know what you were tested on. And when you are tested, you can be tested about your bills. You can be tested about your finances. You can be tested of your faith. You can be tested of friendships. You can be tested of being a teacher yourself. And everybody can see and walk when their eyes are open. But when your eyes are closed, that's when you know you're really in a test. I was at the man of God's house the other day with he and his wife, and we was just having a good little time, and my baby was there. And he said to me, daughter, come let me show you something. Now, I was fine. I was walking, and then he said, close your eyes real quick. And immediately, yes, I do trust my man of God, but I couldn't see. So I closed my eyes and I did this. He said, come on. I said, I don't want to follow, Apostle. He said, you're not going to follow, just follow my voice. And I'm doing this right here. And when he opened the door, he said, now that's a step right there, and I did this. I'm with my eyes closed. So eventually I had to step down. Because he said, it's a step right there, step down. So when I stepped down, he said, okay, now open your eyes. Now I only went in his garage 5 feet. But do you know, even though I was with my man of God, I was doing this. The whole time until he said, okay, open your eyes. Because when you have your eyes open, you can walk. You can see what's going on. You can see the bump in the road. You can see the caution sign. You can see somebody coming up after you. But when you're in the dark, you have to trust what you hear. You have to trust the word of God. You have to trust that you're going the right way. You have to trust that you're doing the right thing. You have to sit there and you have to trust and know and assure that the voice that you hear is of the Lord. Because when he say step down, you got to be able to step down. When he say walk a little further, you have to be able to to walk a little further. He tell you to go to the left. You have to go to the left. And you doing all of this because you can't see because you in the dark. But you still walking. And you still trusting. And you still waiting. You still passing these tests. And you don't even know that you're passing them. When somebody calls you a fill that in for yourself. Whatever it may be. If you don't act a fool, you didn't pass the test, especially if you know that that's somewhere that you have always had history. If somebody lied on you, it's okay. Because you cannot live a lie. Because the lie don't cease after a while, or somebody don't forget. They're like, oh, somebody must have lied because they don't even look like that person. When you testing somebody's character, their moral ability, if they gonna tell the truth about something. Did you say this? No, I ain't said that, but everybody know you said it. And then you get to somebody and say, did you say that? Yeah, I said it. Well, why you say it? Blah, 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 here come your explanation. But it's okay, you passed that test for truthfulness. You didn't, it's okay to be tested. It's okay to be afraid in the test, but you have to know that God is going to bring you out of the test. He's going to bring you through. Because when you can't see and it's dark, when you see that little glimpse of light, you have to be able to see past what you're going through. Because if you can't see past what you're going through, you'll sit there. You'll go around in a circle. Oh Lord, who am I call? Stop calling people. Stop calling mama. Stop calling daddy. Call God to say, God, give me some instructions. Can I get it again? Because when we were out in school, when we were taking tests, the teacher would put up a bonus question. And she would give you one letter in the answer. Maybe the first letter, maybe the last letter. And she say, okay, now guess. You'll get some help in the test. God will bring somebody by you and you won't even realize that they helping you. Whatever the test may be. Well, you know, if you quit your job and you're a bus driver, they give you a lump sum for the money you're supposed to get. So you have to know that is a smart choice if you don't have no money at all and you got a bill paid, but you know you have skills to go back to get your jobs, or you can go to another bus department and get another job. That way your money ain't stopped. You can pay your bills and you can keep going. But you have to trust your decisions that you make. Because always asking somebody about your decision, it may not be the right one. Because as Elder said, as Misha said, if you gotta call somebody else, you don't trust yourself. But if you don't trust yourself, you don't know who you are. And Robinson said a couple of weeks ago at a Friday Night Live, how bad do you want it? But what are you willing to do to go get it in the test? Are you willing to stand the course? Or you wanna just sit back and just, oh, I can't do this.
Right.
No, I can't do that. And you never know. All you had to do was open the door, and everything you ever asked God for, everything He was going to give you is right behind that door. So in the trials, in the test, you never know what's going to be the next step. And if you're being tested a lot, it's okay because you're going somewhere greater.
All right.
The magnitude of a test, because we always talk about our anger. We talk about these little bitty tests. But what if somebody comes to you and say, oh my God, I just lost my baby. Oh my God, I'm being beat. If you haven't been tested in that area, what can you offer them? So you have to be tested in every area for you to stand up and be able to help somebody, because you cannot be, as we say, green, talking about something, giving somebody some advice about something that you have no clue about what you're talking about. As for me, I've done a lot of things. I've been a lot of places. I've helped a lot of people in the wrong ways and in the right ways. But I had experience. If we don't have the experience, when we not saved, it's always somebody that say, well, I ain't got no money, I know how to go get some money. But when you step over to God, you're like, I don't want to do that, because it's so easy. It's so easy to call up a 10-digit number and say, hey, you know what it is, come through. And wham, bam, money on the table.
All right.
You know what that is. So if you always having a financial strain or financial test, try something different. Try God.
All right.
Pray about the situation, because if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to get the same response. And somebody once said to me, and they're a very wise person, if you never start, you'll never stop. You'll never finish. So if you don't try to start to do something different, you'll always get the same result. If you're always calling a man, a sugar daddy, a trick, or whatever you want to call it, for some money, when are you going to stop doing it? Because what if that person dies? And then you don't have no money.
All right.
So now you got to go trick with somebody else.
All right.
Every time you do that, You still not trusting in God. If you stealing to feed your family, for a little bit you'll get by. Because that was me. Once upon a time, 10 years ago, I went to Walmart and I said, I don't have no money. Could y'all please allow me to have some free stuff? And the manager said, no, we don't do that. I said, okay, no problem. I went and I asked. It don't hurt to ask nobody. Because you never know what the answer may be. But because they didn't give me, and my baby needed Pampers, and we needed some food, I got her diaper bag. And I went to work. But we ate. And after a while, I said, Lord, I'm tired of doing this. I trusted God enough because I knew what I did was wrong. But I said, Lord, please. I said, don't let me get caught because I don't have nobody to help me right now.
My God.
Right.
My ex-husband walked out on this 9 years ago. He said, forget you, forget this child, forget this marriage. I said at that exact moment, I say, oh Lord, what am I going to do? I can never be sick in my life. To this day, 10 years later, I have not been sick at all. I don't get sick. I am immune to anything that comes my way because I trusted the Lord because I said, I'm the only person that's working. I'm going to take care of my child. I'm going to do everything a mother should do. So I need you to make sure that I never become sick. Not a cough, not a sneeze, not a throat scratch, nothing. No cold, no flu, no chicken pox. The most I get is a headache, but that's not a sickness. That's just a pain.
All right.
When you trust God, I have to trust God, and I still trust God, and I stand on, I will never be sick. So when you see me and you say, oh, I'm sick, I say, I don't care about that. I hug you anyway. I don't have to wear a mask. I don't have to tell you stay 10 feet away from me because I'm not going to get sick. Because I trusted God with that, and I still stand on, I should never be sick. But if you trust in God during your test, you never know what your outcome is going to be. But I guarantee you that trusting God is the best thing that has ever happened to me.